Greetings, good people. Welcome back to the channel. It is, what's today? Today's already Thursday. Woo! And it's the second day of Black History Month, February 2nd. The year is 2023. And everybody is still losing their mind in this new year. How's everybody's day going so far? Good? Great. All right. So I want to come through. It's Hot Topics time. These ticket sales and these dates for Beyonce's Renaissance tour, very interesting. Everybody is losing their mind on social media. Okay. Tickets have not gone on sale officially yet, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I'm reading and that's what I'm seeing. So I got my email informing me that Beyonce added more dates to this tour. So Beyonce is gearing up for a very big tour and she's going to be working her ASS off. Okay. We're going to talk about Neyo. His divorce is official. And do you guys care about a Bad Boys 4? You know, Bad Boys, Martin Lawrence, Will Smith. Do y'all want to see a Bad Boys 4? I don't know. Bad Boys 3 left a good cliffhanger. So if they're going to pick up where they left off, then yes. But to be honest with you, useless fact number 427. I'm not really a big fan of Will Smith as an actor. I liked him in Fresh Prince, but that's about it. He doesn't really, and I liked him in Bad Boys, but I don't really go up for Will Smith like that. Anyway, tell me what you guys think, okay? So yeah, we got a couple of other hot topics sprinkled in between. So for my YouTube fam, as you're coming in, please pay your admission fee by hitting the like button. The Twitch fam, what's up? What's up? All right. Without further ado, let's get straight into the news that you could use. All right. So we're a mature crowd here. So we got to talk about current events. All right. I thought that this was interesting. This is an article from Fox News, right? So a Texas middle school teacher says that he was placed on administrative leave after reporting a student's threat. These kids, in my opinion, are out of control. Okay. I don't know what era you guys grew up in, what decade, what time frame. But we had, those troubled kids in our classrooms, right? But now you got the kids, popping teachers, if you know what I mean, assaulting teachers, causing teachers to break legs, threatening. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And in my opinion, administration is to blame. All right, so let's get into this article. A middle school teacher in Eastern Texas was placed on administrative leave after he took to social media to criticize his district for allegedly not taking a student's threats seriously. The teacher, he's a sixth grade social studies teacher and a coach at a middle school, and he said that a student threatened to shoot him on January 18th. Nowadays, with the way things are going, you got to take these things seriously. Maybe back in the day, you probably figured a sixth grader says that he's gonna, shoot me. Yeah, right. How can he get access to a gun? Just the other day, a sixth grader, was it a sixth grader? Yeah, I think it was a sixth grader, popped his teacher. The article continues. It wasn't even reported to the police department that this kid threatened to KILL a teacher in front of other students and said that he had a gun. This is what the teacher said in a video that he posted on TikTok. Y'all wonder why teachers are getting out and quitting. It's bad administration and people covering up for kids doing things to endanger other people's lives. Okay. The superintendent of this school district said that officials were alerted to a threat, but determined after an investigation that at no time were students or staff in danger. You see this where they dropped the ball? Oh my God. And they went on to say that the teacher's placement on administrative leave was not due to him reporting the threat to his principal. However, I am not at liberty to discuss the situation further as it is an internal personal matter. Okay. This is what this superintendent told Fox News Digital. I think that's a crock of SHIT, unless they follow up with this story and report that this teacher did something off code, whatever that may be, then I'm inclined to believe that the reason why this teacher was placed on administrative leave was because he took to TikTok and exposed that he was threatened by a student, and you administrators decided to do absolutely nothing. Okay. And the teacher stated that he made this threat in front of other people. So did the witnesses statements, I got to be careful what I say, did the witnesses statements, match up with what the teacher is alleging? Was the boy's parents, the student's parents, notified? Did the kid even get a damn detention? Now that sixth grader, or however old that other kid was that, popped his teacher in the stomach, it was being reported after the fact, of course, that this particular student had been making threats earlier in the day or days before, and had also been a problem student. I think that a lot of these administrators don't want to deal with these kids. They couldn't care less. And I also think that it is a matter of some parents, right, have this attitude where you can't tell their kid SHITT. And if you do, it's going to be consequences and repercussions. So I don't know, but something definitely has to be done. It's out of control. It's like a war zone. Your kids are not even safe in school. When did that happen? I don't know. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. All right, the foolishness doesn't stop there, ladies and gentlemen. Have you heard of this trend, or I don't know what the hell this thing is, but apparently people are eating oranges in the shower. What the fuck is going on? Okay, what the hell is going on in America? All right, I blame TikTok, and I really can't wait until the demise of TikTok. No shade to anyone who makes buku dough on TikTok, but TikTok is a hot mess. So this is an article according to BuzzFeed. People on TikTok are saying that eating oranges in the shower is a quote unquote life-changing experience. So do it, okay? All right, so I guess I'll read what I can. Have you guys tried this? The other day I saw a TikTok in which someone listed all the reasons why they love eating oranges in the shower, and it definitely piqued my interest, right? So the clip posted by this specific user has over 7.2 million views and makes an extremely strong case for eating oranges in the shower. So this person says, eating an orange in the shower eliminates any worry of making a mess. So easy to clean up, and you can rip it open with no remorse. In the hot shower, the heat and humidity exaggerate the taste and smell of the orange. The smell of citrus has also been linked to stress relief. So this is a well-rounded experience. While there were a few people in the comments who were pretty grossed out about the idea of eating food in the bathroom, most people were intrigued. A few people even encouraged others to try it, noting that their own experiences went very well, okay? That being said, eating oranges in the shower definitely isn't anything new, and we've even written about the phenomenon when it became really popular in 2017. All right, this was a thread of some sorts on Reddit. But now with TikTok, the trend has resurfaced, and it seems like many people are trying it out for the first time. So the hashtag that's trending is hashtag shower orange. Look at this SHITT, child. She got the orange right above the Dove soap. I don't really care for that particular Dove body wash, that one in particular, but to each their own. This is her holding her navel orange, looking excited in the shower. I don't know. I just can't. And okay. These are the orange peelings that are in the shower, but I could not help focus on the grout. You need to clean your grout, sweetie. That just made me cringe several times when I was looking at this article. Yuck. Okay. So that's the peeled orange. So she peeled her orange. She said she ate each piece and was able to enjoy the fruit without worrying about the mess it was making. The coldness of the fruit was also really it also really did wonders for the entire experience, and it enhanced the orange's flavor and provided an interesting contrast to the hotness of the shower. Now, it is being alleged that when this phenomenon was written about in the past, they noted that people who visit saunas, they oftentimes carry like tangerines with them, peeled tangerines. And they eat them because it also prevents them from fainting, I guess. Why? Because their blood sugar or their blood pressure probably drops from all the steam. So let me know in the comments if you would ever try something so interesting. I'm not going to say it's disgusting because to each their own. You know, you don't want to offend people these days. So to each their own. I'm not eating no orange in the damn shower. The shower is for me to wash my beep and meditate and pray and, get myself ready for either the morning or for bed, not to eat oranges. All right. You let me know what you think. All right. Moving along swiftly and professionally. I thought that this was quite sad. Okay. According to the neighborhood talk on Instagram, a popular Instagram Iranian couple, they were sentenced to over 10 years for dancing, y'all. And I said, what in the footloose is going on here? Okay. So the caption reads that a couple, 21 and 22 in age, they were dancing romantically in front of the Azadi Tower and they basically ended up posting the video onto social media. So it ended up going viral and upset the Islamic State's ruling regime. Okay, the couple probably didn't even imagine that a few romantic twirls would end up putting them behind bars for so long. But in Iran, women are not allowed to dance publicly, especially with a man. Wow. That's wild. Have you guys heard of this? The incident went down back in November, but the two recently had their day in court. So one of the individuals was seen in the court video without a hijab, her way of standing in solidarity with Masa Amini, a young woman who was her life was sadly taken back in September for not wearing her hijab due to protesting. The couple were both given a sentence of 10 and a half years by a court in Tehran. The popular social media couple were convicted, excuse me. I'm watching this on the side, watching them twirl. I want to play the music, but I can't, copyright reasons and all. Anyway, the couple, they were convicted of encouraging corruption and public prostitution, y'all. This is the law. This is wild. This is absolutely wild, It's so interesting how things are vastly different in different states, of course, and in different countries. That's why it's important to culture yourself, be a cultured, well-rounded individual and go outside of your normal habitat and experience certain things if you're able to do so. Not everybody can. But this is so interesting. Wow, they were convicted of corruption, encouraging corruption and public prostitution, as well as gathering with the intention of disrupting national security. Allegedly, the couple have not had proper access to lawyers, according to the couple's families. They aren't playing about people, protesting, but it is extremely sad to see two young people that have to spend that much time behind bars for doing something like dancing. So, and the caption basically reads, next time you're in a club or at a party or just in your home dancing, count your blessings. It could be a lot worse. That is true. Every culture is different. Every country has their set of rules. And when I saw this, I said to myself, is this even real? And the first thing that I thought about was Footloose. Remember the movie Footloose? It was illegal to dance in the city. Super religious city, very Christian, conservative. And here comes Kevin Bacon with his swiveling his hips all over the place. And it was a mess. One of my favorite movies, actually. Wow, that's interesting. Are any of you guys from a country outside of the United States where they have laws that are, I guess, would be considered extreme to people who are from the United States? Share your experiences or share your culture. All right, let's move this along. That's sad. I really hope that they get proper representation. All right. The shenanigans don't stop just because it's Black History Month, ladies and gentlemen. And I came across this video and was disgusted, but I was also sadly intrigued. Okay. I not in a good way, not in a bad way, but just like, huh? Okay. So we're still in the neighborhood talk on Instagram. You see the caption. Yes. SEX with dead husband. So what the heck is going on? Let's take a look and a listen. No, we're not going to see any grotesque acts It's just we're gonna listen to audio of this interview here. All right, you ready? Like to hear it? Here you go. Trigger warning. If you don't want to hear anything grotesque or even imagine this, then you can just mute it. Make sure you hit the like button if you're watching on YouTube, or you can click off. Not really click off, just turn it down and put the phone down because it counts as a view if you're watching. You know what I'm saying? All right, like to hear it? Here you go.
He allowed her to spend the time with her husband without disturbing her because that was her request. And
What do you mean some alone time? Were they talking or what?
well,
Oh my God, she didn't. She
she
did.
was doing a little more than talking.
She did.
She did. She went there.
But is it hard? Like,
Great
how does that work?
Well, the body is hard. I mean, if the body's embalmed, then
No
if
way.
if you ever touched a
I didn't.
a dead body,
I mean,
the body is firm. But I mean, it's not like a regular.
So when you embalm the body, the penis gets hard as well?
Well, it's not to.
Oh, come on. I need to know now that we're on the subject.
Whatever
Right,
way
right.
your body is, that's your body. That's part
But
of your
it's
body.
not like limp. It's just, it
It's-
becomes functional?
No, it's not functionable.
Well, how did she have sex with him then?
Functionable.
Well, I don't know. I didn't see how she did it. I just can't.
Okay, but when the body is embalmed, that embalming fluid goes everywhere?
It goes everywhere. It
So it must be functional-ish.
because
Functional-ish?
what we do is you replace the blood
Huh?
With the fluid.
with the fluid.
Right.
So then it must be functional-ish.
It's not functionable because
Function-
all
what the
that
heck is
comes from up
functionable?
here and
Oh.
muscles and all that blood flow.
But she
Blood
did.
flow. Your blood is not flowing. There's no fluid flowing, so there's no functionable. She was the only person functioning.
But somehow she had it done. Man, I wish I can talk to her. But
But if we would have known that that was going to happen, I think I would have prevented it because it's just not proper.
well, I hope she wore a condom because formaldehyde, I would imagine, is not so great for a living body, right? On the other side.
No, it's not. That's not good for
Wow.
a living body. And we allowed her to spend the time with her husband without disturbing her because that was her.
Okay, first of all, I have never heard of the what's her name? Lana live show. Sis is asking all the questions that we want to know. You came on here and told this story of a woman committing an illegal act. What is it? What is it? The term called with people who fornicate with lifeless bodies? Something or other philia. I can't think of it right now. It's probably gonna come to me when I'm in a completely different segment. But if you know what it is, put it in the comments. Anyway, you come on here, okay, with your fancy jacket on, right? And you're talking about a situation where someone is committing an illegal act, okay? I'm assuming that he's like an undertaker or something like that. Anyway, whatever. And the lady, we want to know, like, was it how did she do this? She's asking all the right questions. So, and sis, I don't think that the wife of the deceased would be wise to come onto your show to answer any questions because what she did was actually illegal. Some of the things that are on social media, in the news, on TV shows, it's almost as if they're trying to ease their way into getting people to accept certain things. I know I'm not crazy when I say that, and I know exactly what I mean, and hopefully you guys know what I mean too. He's just so cavalier talking about this as if this has happened before. I don't know. This is just a weird scenario. And there's nothing right about this. Nothing is right about this. It's all wrong. Ugh, it's all wrong. What is the name? What is that? What is it called when people do these things to deceased bodies? There's something. It's called something. I don't know. It's going to come to me. All right, y'all. Back to the shenanigans, because that was a bit heavy. When I saw that, I was like, how did this make it onto, is this like a podcast that woman does? Anyway, so we're moving along to something a little bit lighthearted. All right. This caption, I thought that this was absolutely hilarious. Letting Chicago people on TikTok was a mistake. All right. I thought this video was cute. So let's take a look and a listen. Like to hear it? Here you go.
But just have a regular day when it comes to going shopping. I'm at the grocery store doing some grocery shopping at Jewel. I'm excited because that EBT just hit. Yes, link. Food stamps for those that don't understand. Anyway, you see me grab them bananas for my potassium. And now shop away. I can definitely say this is one of my favorite grocery stores. While minding my business, I seen this girl looking at me weird. So I gave her the same look back. I started thinking, that girl looks familiar from when I was younger. I realized she was from House Arrest, the dance group, and I was on her rival team, House-O-Matics. One thing you know, Chicago don't play about they footwork and dancing. When she hit my cart, I knew it was finna be a challenge. We walked around in a circle while mean mugging each other. So I gave her what she wanted. That's right up in Jules, I gave it to her. I kept telling her, you don't want none of this. People started stopping and looking at us, but it seemed as if both of us had a point to prove. So I guess you can call this Jules' ultimate dance battle. She was talking stuff in the background like, girl, hurry up, so I can show you how you really supposed to do it. I told her, get this work. Before I could finish, I turned around, she was dancing. She told me, take notes. We definitely didn't have no shame. We didn't fight the end.
The end. Yay. They didn't fight because, you know, people love to see fight videos. And I actually had to read the comments when I was looking at this. I was like, Lord, I do not want to see anybody fighting in no damn supermarket. But I thought that that was cute. And her narration was cute. People in the comments had their criticisms about her using an EBT card and all this other stuff. Look, the way the eggs are priced these days, give me them stamps. Give me them stamps. All right, who's up next on the lineup? All right, I saw this video. What I'm about to show you. This is involving church. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this, y'all. So this is the Shade Room posted this with these kids dancing in church, right? We know about praise dancing. We know about people, you know, bucking and catching the Holy Ghost. But this specific church allowed the kids to get sturdy for God. I don't know how I feel about this, y'all. I don't know. Like to hear it? Here it go.
And what dancing is, they praising unto God. Y'all better move out the way. They running.
Oh, boy.
They running for their victory lap.
It's okay.
I don't care what it looks like.
How do y'all feel about this? I don't know. I want to know how y'all feel about this. I'm going to say this. There is no way on this earth that as a child, even as an adult, I could go to church with my grandmother and do the latest dance. I mean, what was hot back in the day? These kids are like, what, 8, 9? What was popping back in my day? The butterfly, the pepper seed, you know what I'm saying? Them dance hall dances. There's no way that I could be in the church, in the church house, doing the bogle and the butterfly and the pepper seed. I don't know. They're getting their gritty on. They're getting sturdy. How do you guys feel about this? Some people in the comments stated that, you know, let the kids praise God the way they choose. At least they're in church. They could be out doing some crazy stuff. Someone said, you know, but they tried to kick me out. But they kicked me out of the church when I was crip walking in the aisles. I don't know. Someone else said, if this is how you can pull the youth in, let them dance and praise their way without judgment. But is it judgment or is it instilling decency and order? Okay. The origin of the dance getting sturdy and the gritty, there's nothing wholesome about it. Like, it all derives from like drill music. Do you guys know what drill music is? Do you know what a drill is? The street slang, like what that means. And I'm not talking about the home, like, you know, the tool, a drill. If you know, you know. There's nothing godly about doing a drill, okay? So I don't know how I feel about this. And I understand not passing judgment and things like that. But there's certain things that didn't fly back in the day, and nowadays a lot of things are becoming more lenient. Yes, I definitely love to see the youth in the church, 50% of me, but then 50% of me is terrified because just because you in a church house don't as a child or as a adult doesn't mean that you are safe, if you know what I mean. And I will leave it at that. You guys drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about getting sturdy in church. Okay, who is up next? Lord have mercy. Lanithia, what's Nene middle name? Lavandry or something like that. I don't know. Nene Leaks. This is according to Radar Online. Every time Nene Leaks is doing an interview with anyone or she's being talked to, she's always asked about returning to Housewives of Atlanta. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm tired of it. So earlier this week, Monday and Tuesday specifically, Nene Leaks was the guest co-host on The Breakfast Club, okay? And she was asked about returning to Housewives. That is always the question, conversation. In one breath, Nene says that she would like to return, depending on who she's being interviewed by. But recently on The Breakfast Club, she said no. All right, so let's dig into this article. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Nene Leakes has been in a bitter court battle with Bravo over the past year. And because of that, she confirmed she will not be going back to RHOBH. RadarOnline.com has learned. Leakes recently appeared on The Breakfast Club and was asked if she would ever return to the show that put her name on the map. Nene said, "I have no plans to come back. I feel like that ship has sailed and I've grown in so many ways. It's just not something that I am interested in doing anymore. That's it." There seems to be no animosity with the current cast members of RHOBH, though. As Nene Leakes continued, she says, "You let those girls go ahead on. They holding it down, don't you think?" Yeah, I know Nene is shady. In true Nene fashion, she did throw a little shade into the talk as she added, "Not really," but okay. Leakes also was asked if the show had reached out to her, to which she said no, and they shouldn't. Nene is so quick on her feet with the comebacks. And I think that comes from, it's funny, but I think it comes from having to always be on the defense for whatever reason. So we find it entertaining, but I guess the psychologist in me recognizes that. But Nene understands that she has to be on all the time. You know what I mean? Like there's cameras in your face. They're going to take sound bites from anything that you say. It's going to go viral. So I guess she wants to remain entertaining. That's why we fell in love with her, for her quick one-liners and her, her shady ways, I guess, or her sassy ways, whatever you want to call it. So she always has to be on, But I did like that though. When they asked, hey, did Housewives, did Bravo and them call you? And she said no, and they shouldn't. I love that. It's kind of like, let me throw a dig at them before they could throw a dig at me. Defense mechanism. I mean, look, it's working for her. It could be exhausting for some. I would get exhausted. I just would act like I didn't hear you or act like I don't know you, But she was asked a question and she was on The Breakfast Club co-hosting. So I understand she had to perform, right? So the article continues. However, she said that her and the girls on the show are quote unquote cool. And if they ever call her for advice, that she will try to help the best that she can. Of course, the drama with Leakes and the network stemmed from Andy Cohen and Bravo for racism and blacklisting after she left Real Housewives of Atlanta. So you guys already know that she accused Bravo of basically being discriminatory and allowing certain things to take place in her presence, and she felt uncomfortable. Okay, she says that she went to executives with her complaints, but she was told to stay quiet, basically shut up. So yeah, that all played out. So I just want people to stop asking Nene if she's going to return to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Nene does not. I've said this so many times, so I probably sound like a broken record for those of you who listen to my commentary about Nene. I think that she should move on. You know what I mean? There's so many things that Nene can do. I think that she is very entertaining. I would love for Nene to have a podcast, but I think Nene would get bored with a podcast because sometimes it's like, sometimes she can be bothered and sometimes not. And plus, she probably would always have to be on, well, I don't think she would have to be on the defense, but they will take everything that she says because people are going to want to talk about housewives. And if she gives commentary on the housewives, which she did, she said that the ladies of Real Housewives of Potomac were starless. She said she didn't know Ebony K. Williams. Ebony K. Williams has been the co-host on The Breakfast Club Wednesday and today, Thursday. I don't know if she'll be there tomorrow. And she basically proved that Nene was not telling the truth about not knowing her. And she showed DM messages where Nene reached out to her and asked her if she was still on Real Housewives of New York. Charlamagne did ask Nene, you don't know Ebony from Housewives of New York? Because, you know, she said, no, I don't know her. So... Child, I can't. I think Ebony K. Williams would actually be a great fit for the Breakfast Club if you guys have been listening. I think she would fit right on in. I think she has a good balance of intellect as well as she's kind of got her finger on the pulse of what's happening as it pertains to pop culture, which is a good thing, right? So she's kind of well versed. So yeah, so Nene said that, you know, she wasn't even invited to BravoCon. And Nene, why do you expect to be invited to BravoCon? Why do you think they would invite you to BravoCon? I absolutely positively don't understand. So I guess she realized that they ain't really fooling with her once she didn't go to BravoCon recently. So yeah, so I think she says, you know, it is what it is. That's it. Nene ain't coming back to Housewives of Atlanta. And even if she wanted to, because I remember before when she did an interview with Tamron Hall, and she's also done other interviews as well, I think with ET, Entertainment Tonight, she said that she would entertain the idea. Then she also said she would love to come back. This was like maybe 2 years ago or so. Now she's saying otherwise. Do y'all want Nene back on Housewives? It doesn't matter because it ain't happening. You sue Bravo like that, and then, you know, you talk about how discriminatory they were, and she could very well be telling the truth. You know what I mean? Why would you even want to go back into that environment? Number one. Number two, what makes you think that Bravo would want to invite you back in that environment after you done sued them for millions of dollars and dragged them all through court? Not that they don't need to be, but I'm just saying. Recipe for disaster. Just move the F on. Just move on, move on, move on. All right. Speaking of housewives and drama and foolishness, I talked about this yesterday, but for those of you who missed it, Tom Girardi, the estranged husband of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Erika Girardi, he's been indicted on fraud charges, okay? Rightfully so. Now, these are criminal charges, ladies and gentlemen. So this man has been said to have early dementia and the onset of Alzheimer's. So, you know, he's in a assisted living facility. And it's crazy how, or should I say, it's interesting how right after the families of the victims of the Lion Air, I think that's what it's called, right? Plane crash, when they basically sued him and his law firm, him and his associates, because he stole their money. These people went to him and his law firm because their loved ones died in a plane crash, basically, right? So the family members sought out a law firm that just so happened to be ran by Tom Girardi and his associates. They sued Boeing, won, I think it was like $300 million. That money was supposed to be dispersed to the families of the individuals whose lives were lost. And of course, lawyer fees and all that other stuff. This fool and his associates tells these grieving families, you know, due to the pandemic, you know, things are slow. They also lied and said, well, you know, we're having a back and forth with Boeing, basically led them to believe that they ain't getting no money. And what was him and his associates doing with the money? Paying their employees, paying bills, and also people accused Tom Girardi of lacing his wife, Erika, because they're still legally married, lacing his wife, Erika, with the finest things, okay? Erika said she had no idea how Tom made his money. Well, not how he made his money, because she knew he was a lawyer, right? But how she doesn't know where he got the money from. She had no idea. She just thought that, you know, he had money from his career, and that was that. some people call BS. They said Erika very well knew and she was in on it too. Well, Erika is off the hook because they could not prove that Erika Jayne had anything to do or any involvement with fraud, okay? And defrauding. Is it defrauding the families? Or just basically committing fraud against these people, okay? So he's basically been indicted and he is facing some serious charges, rightfully so. And I hope that basically now, if they have to prove that he has Alzheimer's. If he has Alzheimer's or dementia, he probably won't be able to stand trial. Like, he probably won't be competent enough to stand trial. But if it's proven that he ain't got no damn dementia, he all right, or he may have like the early stages of dementia, but he can still stand trial, this man should be prosecuted. Him and his constituents should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. That's effed up. These people, you took advantage of these people's vulnerability. They're not only mourning the loss of their family members, but then they get cheated out of money that they won when they sued. They went to you for help and you took advantage of their vulnerability. Lock him up. Him and his other bald-headed associates, okay? Like I said, I talked about this in a separate video, so if you want a breakdown of the full article and the charges, you can just Google it, or you can give me a click in the view. I'd greatly appreciate it, and watch the previous video, all right? I don't feel sorry for him at all, because I said to myself, he's playing games. He's pretending to have Alzheimer's. Erika Jayne did state that she talks to him every day, but the phone calls last about 5 seconds, and she stated that his health is declining. Listen, if she's in on the fact that he does not have dementia and Alzheimer's, of course she's going to get on social media, on podcasts, and on TV interviews and say, oh, it's getting progressively worse. So what medication he taking? Is he taking any medication to slow down the process of dementia? Because they do have medication for that. I want to see if it's gonna be proven that he actually has dementia. I've been following this situation, this case, for a long time. It's absolutely despicable, and I believe that he deserves to be prosecuted for his crimes. All right, up next. Now this right here is Black Hollywood royalty, okay? So Eddie Murphy says jokingly that Martin is paying if his and Martin Lawrence's kids wed, okay? First of all, if they do get married, what a wedding that will be, okay? I think it should be a Coming to America themed wedding. That's very appropriate, right? And what that would just be, this is Black Hollywood royalty. Marty Marr and Eddie, I just want to party all the time. Murphy? Some of you young folk may not know what I'm talking about, but my seasoned folks, you know what party all the time is given. Child, Rick James in that wig. I can't. So the article reads, Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence might not be on the same checkbook page when it comes to their children's potential future. In June 2022, Lawrence joked that he would try to get Eddie Murphy to pay if their kids, Jasmine Lawrence and Eric Murphy, got married during an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Okay, that's not how it goes, Murphy said playfully in response to the joke when recently asked about it by a Canadian outlet. He said, my daughter just got married and I had to pay, really had to pay. This is what he said, referring to the tradition, that the father of the bride is the one that funds the wedding. He said, you have to do the same, Martin, okay, because it's Martin's daughter dating Eddie Murphy's son. Don't try to switch it up. Don't try to change do no Hollywood switch. You're paying for that wedding if it goes down. Martin is paying. And he said it, jokingly. That would be so freaking dope if Martin Lawrence's daughter and Eddie Murphy's son, of course, if they're compatible, right? But they would have kids. Their kids would be born into, Black Hollywood royalty. That's just so dope. Absolutely dope. Oh, there's a video. All right, let's take a look and a listen. Please don't curse, Eddie. Please don't curse.
Ask, what do you have to say about that?
No. That's not how it goes. My daughter just got married. I had to pay, really had to pay. And you have to do the same, Martin. Don't try to switch it up. Don't try to change no shit. Do no Hollywood switch. You paying for the wedding. If it goes down, Martin is paying. And the wedding better be wonderful.
Right. He also said in a recent interview when he was doing promotion for You People, which is a movie on Netflix that I talked about, and I said that I was disappointed in Eddie Murphy's role and in the movie as a whole for a number of reasons. Make sure you check that video out. He stated that he would do a donkey movie. You know, he does the voice of Donkey from Shrek, right? Donkey's hilarious character. And he says, you know, Puss in Boots got a spin-off movie. Donkey should have a movie. And I agree. I think Donkey is an extremely funny character. And I would like, that's something that I would definitely be excited about. Not the You People movie. I can't even believe Eddie Murphy agreed to that shit. Anyway, but yeah, so shout out to Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. Hopefully your kids have a beautiful relationship, and if they both want to actually get married and be married, I wish them nothing but blessings and success. Okay, don't just get married just to be getting married. But then again, they do have arranged marriages, but hopefully that's not the case with them. All right, who we moving on to next? Oh, speaking of Marty Marr. All right, Bad Boys 4. So it's being rumored that Bad Boys 4 is in the works. I thought production on that was going to be halted when Will Smith decided to slap what's his name? Chris Rock. But I guess all is forgiven. You know, God knows what he had to do. But whatever, who cares about that? I have my opinions about that, but we're not going down that road. It is what it is, right? Shout out to Chris Rock though. Great comedian. So apparently Bad Boys 4 is actually coming. Are you guys, I hope they don't do this like they did the Fast and the Freaking Furious. Let me tell you something. After Tokyo Drift, I didn't watch not one Fast and Furious movie. They just kept going on and on and on. Although Bad Boys is the storyline is good. Bad Boys 3 I thought was good. It left a great cliffhanger. So on the Shade Room, they posted this video. Let's take a look and a listen. Like to hear it? Here you go.
It's about that time. Money Mark!
Hold up. What's that hip hop music in the back? Let me mute this. Hold up.
It's official, y'all. Y'all know what it is, right? Bad Boy.
Bad Boys 4.
For life. We did. But it's still Bad Boys. But it's life. For life. But the third one, it was called Bad Boys for. We shouldn't have called. We shouldn't have called it that though. It's life. It's like the three was the E. The E was the E. The 3 was the. But this is Bad Boys 4. It's official.
Okay. Somebody said, might as well. I ain't doing nothing else. I can't. I'm here for it. They should call it Bad Boys Forever. Bad Boys Forever has a ring to it. I can't wait. I gotta see the storyline. Okay. For those of you who did not see Bad Boys 4, spoiler alert. The boy was Mike Lowry's son. Wait a minute. Hold up. Ain't Mike Lowry dead? Wait a second. Didn't Mike Lowry sacrifice himself? Wait, am I tripping? I only seen that movie like 1.5 times, so I don't remember. And I saw it when it first came out. Didn't Mike Lowry die and leave that evil boy was his son that he had with that lady? So how y'all gonna do a Bad Boys 4? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, y'all. Who died? Mike Lowry died, didn't he? Marcus ain't died. But I know that boy is supposed to be his son. They alluded to that. And I said it was a good movie. They left it so that, you know, there could be a part 4. That was a good cliffhanger. Yeah, the boy ended up going to jail, right? Or they thought he was dead. Okay, see, now I'm going to have to go back and read the synopsis because I ain't watching the movie again just to see the end. But drop it in the comments and let me know, child. Well, Bad Boys 4. I hope y'all get in shape. I'm here for it, though. I think they have good chemistry together. But Will Smith, to me, as a whole, he's annoying. You know what I mean? I can tolerate him in Bad Boys, and I liked him in Fresh Prince. But I don't know. Outside of that, I don't know. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan. I don't think he's a bad person or anything like that. I wouldn't know. I don't really care, but I just don't think. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. You guys drop down in the comments and tell me what you guys think. All right, who is up next? Lord, Neyo and his wife are no more, ladies and gentlemen. Neyo done broke up with his wife. Now, where the heck is the article? Yep, Neyo and his wife are officially divorced, right? And he had to pay quite a bit of money. I'm surprised that the alimony is not as much as it usually is. I don't know, in certain cases. All right, so let's get into this article. This is according to page 6. Neyo to pay ex-wife Crystal Renay nearly $2 billion after finalizing divorce. All right. So the article reads, the singer will pay his now ex-wife a $1.6 million lump sum to balance out their real estate holdings and $20,000 for moving expenses. This is according to TMZ, who obtained the settlement details, of course. Renay will also keep one of their 4 homes in Georgia. Additionally, Neyo agreed to cut a $150,000 check to Renay so she can buy a new car, as he is keeping their 2022 Bentley Bentayga. This is what TMZ is reporting. So he's also going to pay Renay $12,000 a month in child support for the 3 children that they share, and he will foot any education related expenses too. Okay, they agreed to joint custody of the kids, and it is also being reported that they both, because they're sharing joint custody, they both agreed that they will not have the children around anyone if they, once they decide to date or anything like that, unless it is their fiance or their fiance or husband or wife. So basically, you can't just be bringing any and everybody around the kids unless you're seriously settling down, so on and so forth. Hopefully, they can stick to that. I think that that's absolutely fair. Finally, Neyo will give Renay $5,000 per month in alimony for the next 3 years. $5,000 a month in alimony for 3 years. Interesting. So are we going to see Renay get married after 3 years? Because she's still going to be getting child support, right? Child support is going to be $12,000 a month. He gave her, $150,000 so she could buy a new car. He's giving her off rip $1.6 million lump sum. She gets to keep one of the houses, $20,000 for moving expenses. I mean, are they upset about this? Is she upset about this? This is interesting. So interesting. What do you guys think about these amounts? I don't know. I wonder if Renay is upset about that, or is she happy, or what? 1.6 million, $12,000. I mean, listen, you can make it work, sis. You know what I mean? If you're used to spending more than that in a month, downgrade, save money for them kids, okay, and get to work. So Renay, she filed for divorce from Neyo August 2022 after she publicly accused him of cheating on her. To say I'm heartbroken and disgusted is an understatement. To ask me to stay and accept it is absolutely insane. This is what she said at the time. She continued, the mentality of a narcissist. I will no longer lie to the public or pretend that this is something it isn't. Okay. Within the divorce filing, however, Renay alleged that Neyo, he had fathered a child with another woman whom she described as a paramour, which is basically like a mistress, pretty much. She and the Grammy winner initially tied the knot in February 2016. The on-again, off-again couple divorced 2 years later before marrying again in April 2022. What a waste of money. The pair, they have 3 children together, a 6, a 4, and a 1-year-old. And Neyo is also the father of a 12-year-old and an 11-year-old from a previous relationship with Monyetta Shaw. Okay? Isn't Monyetta on... Doesn't she make appearances on Housewives of Atlanta? What do you think about this divorce settlement? Is that fair? I mean, I don't know. I can't say what's fair. I'm not in their relationship, right? None of us are. But I know a lot of people are like, that's it. She should get more money in alimony. I mean, listen, make it work. Save your money. Grind. You better start making money for yourself. The marriage is over. Hopefully you guys can both co-parent and neither one of you try to pull any foolishness as it pertains to the children. They're young. Neyo, you have children outside of this marriage. You have older kids from previous relationship. So y'all better tighten up and get it together, because these kids are on social media all the time. They go to school, their friends are on social media, and they see all this ish play out. All right. So stop embarrassing your damn kids and get it together and keep it together. All right. If you don't want to be together no more, amicably separate and sort out your business and keep it moving. All right. No more of this social media foolishness. Okay. And that's that. Stop embarrassing these damn kids. Ooh, if only these children could pick their parents, Joe. I wonder what it would be like. All right. Who's up next? We done talked about Neyo. Okay, the Grammys. So you guys know that the Grammys are going to be airing this Sunday. Okay. And it's going to be interesting. I know a lot of people don't watch the Grammys. Some people boycott the Grammys. That's fine. I want to see what people are going to be wearing. I'll be watching the red carpet. I will be recording the Grammys ceremony and fast forwarding through the performances that I don't care about. Okay. Been doing it since I was a youngin'. But one of the presenters recently announced from the Grammys Twitter page, Cardi B. Cardi B is going to be a presenter. All right. Sunday, February 5th is the date that the Grammys will be airing on. It's CBS, right? Yeah, CBS. Cardi B presenting. How do you guys feel about Cardi B being a presenter and not a performer? Is Cardi B trying to take her time to creep back into the media? She recently did an interview with Jason Lee. That's about it. We didn't hear about any new projects. We didn't hear about anything in that interview. So maybe when Cardi B presents whatever she's going to be presenting, she'll let us know something. Okay. I do think that Cardi B is probably gearing up to kind of put herself out there more so that she can start promoting an album. I do think that Cardi B she doesn't need to do anything, but I do think that if Cardi B wants to stay in the music business, I think it would be wise, let me put it that way, for her to put out an album this year. Anything beyond this year, Cardi B, is kind of like you're going to be, I don't know, you're going to kind of be fighting to kind of get back into the swing of things. Not that it's impossible, but we shall see. So Cardi B, hopefully we'll see her a lot more, right? She had an interesting year last year. The year before that, it was also interesting. It was a lot going on. And I understand that she has 2 little kids and she wants to be home to raise her kids. I get that. I totally get that. But yeah, so she's going to be presenting. Who else? Viola Davis is going to be presenting as well. Shout out to Viola Davis. Speaking of Viola Davis, I should have did this in a separate video. Do you guys know, I'm not surprised, but do you guys know that The Woman King was not nominated for an Oscar at all? Snubbed. Am I surprised? Nope. So shout out to Viola Davis. But she did win. She was nominated, or the movie was nominated for a multitude of other awards. So, but you guys know, 1 minute y'all care about the Oscars, the next minute y'all don't. When they snub, black movies and black actors and actresses, everybody gasps and acts appalled. It's done every single year, okay? I thought this was interesting. Still on the topic of the Grammys, Quavo is going to be performing. When I first saw this, I didn't say, oh, Quavo's going to be performing. Even though that's how I feel, like, wow, I hope, it's probably going to be hard for him to get through that performance. I hope that he's, able to get through. But that wasn't my initial thought. My initial thought was, wait a minute, you performing? At the Grammys? Interesting. Was this already in the works prior to Takeoff's passing? I don't know. My mind just went all over the place in every direction and started thinking about theories and y'all say conspiracies. I don't know. We already know what the Grammys give. Every year there's some tragedy surrounding the Grammys, or there's some tragedy that is highlighted before the Grammys, during the Grammys. It's just okay. It's just weird. It's all weird. All right. Hopefully everybody will make it to and from safely this year at the Grammys parties. We already know how they get down over there. But Quavo is going to be performing. I do hope that he's ready to perform, and I just wish him the best. That's all I can say on here, okay? Use your imagination, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that thinks that way, but it is what it is. All right, who is up next? Last but certainly not least, Beyonce. Giselle Knowles Carter. She is going on tour, right? Talked about this previously. And today I got an email, like I was saying earlier in the broadcast. I received an email, two to be in fact, from Ticketmaster, that Beyonce is adding more dates to her tour. So the first half of the tour, she's going to be overseas, which is great, because people overseas, they hold their pop stars up on a pedestal, and they actually show up and buy tickets. And then the later half of the tour is going to be in the U.S. So she's going to start touring in May, and she's not going to be coming into the U.S. until July. So she'll be about 2 months or so, I think that's correct. But anyway, here's the thing. Everybody is losing their mind. A lot of people they're losing their mind as it pertains to these tickets, right? And I saw this article. There was other articles reporting about this. Beyonce partners with Ticketmaster for Renaissance tour presale. Here's why some fans are worried, right? So let's dig into this article. Tickets for Beyonce's upcoming Renaissance World Tour will go on sale next week with Ticketmaster, leaving some fans concerned about securing seats for the highly anticipated concerts after the company's controversial pre-sale for Taylor Swift's tour ended in chaos last year. Remember that whole debacle? Key facts. The North American leg of the Renaissance Tour will first make tickets available through Ticketmaster's verified fan system, right? That's what I signed up for yesterday. Which aims to limit the number of scalpers buying tickets to resell by confirming users are individuals without a history of activity that could be tied to reselling, according to Ticketmaster. The first of multiple rounds of ticket sales will begin Monday, February 6th. Right, so tickets are not on sale yet. Exclusively for members of Beehive, Beyonce's official fan club. Now, just because you sign up for this registered fan thing on Ticketmaster, it doesn't mean that you're going to get a ticket. I'm pretty sure that Beyonce probably already sold. Some tickets have already been sold, probably to some exclusive elite group of people, right? Some fans have voiced concerns about securing tickets for the pre-sale in the wake of Ticketmaster's Taylor Swift debacle, during which the company's website crashed and some fans were left waiting 6 hours for tickets, while others were not able to purchase seats at all. The general admission sale for Swift's tour, originally scheduled for after the pre-sale, was canceled after Ticketmaster said the company experienced extraordinarily high demands on ticketing systems and insufficient remaining ticket inventory to meet the demand. Now, in the age of technology, y'all building dog robots, y'all building y'all have warehouses where y'all creating embryos and growing babies and whatnot. And you mean to tell me that y'all don't have enough bandwidth to handle the Swifties? So what the hell makes you think that this ain't gonna happen when Beyonce's fans, when the hive sweeps through, buzzes through, and starts buying tickets? You got people willing to sacrifice their mortgage payments, y'all. Go on social media and see some of the things that people are saying. Although it's comical, and you may think that people are exaggerating, there's going to be somebody who probably sacrifices their mortgage, or take out a loan, charge it to a credit card. We don't even know how much the ticket prices are. That's the only reason why I registered. And, I want to see how much the ticket prices are going to be. Okay. So this is going to be interesting. During the congressional hearing last week, lawmakers grilled Ticketmaster about the company's practices and its 2010 merger with Live Nation, big mistake, which Senate Judiciary Committee Chair said resulted in a competition-killing strategy that has left artists and fans to pay the price. I don't even understand why that merge took place, but greed. At last week's hearing, a Live Nation president blamed industrial scalpers on a cyber attack for the meltdown. Ticketmaster previously apologized for the issues. Child, Taylor Swift was pissed. Y'all remember? I would have been upset too. I would have been beyond upset. I would have been pissed. Okay. So Beyonce announced the Renaissance tour dates on Wednesday. The concerts will mark Beyonce's first solo tour since 2016. She went on tour in 2018 with husband Jay-Z on the Run Tour 2, which sold 2 million tickets. 2 million. That's it? 2 million tickets and grossed more than $253.5 million. Oh, 2 million tickets. Okay, well, yeah, the ticket prices. Right. Okay, got it. Last week, Beyonce performed at celebrations for the opening of the Atlantis, the Royal Hotel in Dubai, reportedly pocketing $24 million for an hour-long set. Now, Terrence J got on the Breakfast Club and said that he think that Beyonce made about $45 million or so. And I'm here to tell you, stop watching Beyonce pockets. Stop watching anybody's pockets. If the people on the news on Beyonce internet is saying that she made $24 million, then she made $24 million. Why are you on the radio telling people that she probably made about $45 million? You want the IRS on her ass? All in people business. Beyonce announces Renaissance World Tour. Okay, that's it for the article? Okay. Yes, that's about it. So this should definitely be interesting. I want to see how this goes down. I really hope that it goes well for her, because let me tell you something. Y'all piss off the Beehive and do to the Beehive what y'all did to the Swifties. Heads are gonna roll. Heads are gonna roll. So drop down in the comments and let me know if you plan on going to Beyonce's concert. Or if if you're registered as a fan through Ticketmaster or whatever it's called. Like I said, I got 2 emails today saying that Beyonce is adding more tours in the U.S. I didn't see any additional tours. Let me check my email. I didn't see any additional tours overseas. But girl, Beyonce, you gonna be working. You working like the rent is due. Yeah, so she added a show in Chicago. She added another show in at the MetLife Stadium in Jersey. She added another show in DC, Atlanta. She got 2 shows in Atlanta, 2 shows in DC, 2 shows in Jersey, 2 in Chicago. She added a second show in Inglewood, California. And she added another show in Houston, Texas, baby. So far, September 24th, September 23rd, and the 24th. She's going to be in Houston. Child, I know that's right. The last day of the tour, you go to your hometown. Dang, Beyonce, oh, Lord. That's a lot. If you look at the tour dates, that's a lot. Every time I see tour dates, I just look and say, man, you got to have a different level of stamina to be able to sustain. And Beyonce is a perfectionist as a performer. But I believe that she'll hold it down. That's Matthew Knowles' daughter right there. And a lot of people don't give Matthew Knowles his just due. But that man deserves his damn flowers and his recognition. Okay? Because he was a beast as it pertains to teaching Beyonce about the art of performance, the business of performance, and the business. So shout out to Mr. Knowles. Okay? So yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Ain't got no more. I want to thank you for tuning in to me, Royal B. If you are new here, welcome. All right. Be sure to check out some of the videos on the channel. Go ahead and be nosy and check out some of those videos. Hopefully everybody is having a good year so far. Okay. And an even better Black History Month. Today's Groundhog Day, isn't it? Did that groundhog see his shadow or not? I didn't even tune in. Usually I watch that on the morning news, but I find myself watching the news in the morning less and less, and just like continuing to read articles. Certain things catch my attention, and just doing more reading. I try to steer clear of too much of the manufactured news. You know what I mean? It's too much at times. All right, but you do what you got to do for your mental health. I encourage everybody to do what they need to do, what's best for their mental health. All right. So I am signing off. I will definitely be back soon, hopefully. All right. So make sure you drop down in the comments, please, and share your thoughts. To my YouTube fam, shout out to my Twitch fam. Follow me on Twitch, she_royal_b. Instagram, she_royal_b TV. That's the newer Instagram page. I gotta put some information up there. Station head, she Royal B, all one word. Make sure you guys download the Station Head app, right? I've been saying that I was gonna get on Station Head for a long time, but I was doing some studying and certain things on the app. And I think it's pretty dope. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a radio station feel. It is free. They have it for Android and for Apple. So download the Station Head app and follow me on there, she Royal B. Twitter, she_Royal B. And that's about it. So let's stay connected, but I want to hear from you. I definitely want you to drop down in the comments and share your thoughts. For those of you who have been liking the video, commenting on the video, I appreciate you greatly. Thank you so much for your support. All right. I love you for watching. As always, until next time, peace.